And it's another what we ate. Do I do a lot of these? Yeah, because you guys love them and it's fun to do them. It's fun to show all the different things. So we're in the middle of the pantry challenge. We're doing the 3 Rivers challenge. We haven't grocery shopped in 1 month, which is not unusual for us really. So let me show you what we're having for dinner tonight, wherever what side that is, and show you that even though we haven't been to the grocery store in a month, we do not lack nutrition or diversity. Going on here, this is home canned potatoes because it's kind of a last minute meal, and some leftover roast beef and canned green beans, and it's all sauteing in some butter, homemade butter with my mushroom seasoning salt. And over here I have butter and homegrown onions and cabbage. And not everybody likes cooked cabbage here, but we have some leftover coleslaw from the other day, so those who don't want cabbage cooked can have coleslaw. This is some iced tea on the go here. Oh, there's some scraps from the roast for the dog. Baby is ready for dinner. Iced tea needs cold water added, because even though it's winter, we still like having some delicious drinks. My cabbage has been in the root cellar since September. This is the only waste leaf off of it, and it's not really that much of a waste, but the chickens are going to enjoy it. Getting all our smoked bacon and jowls and everything all wrapped up today. There was so much, about 60 pounds off of the boar we butchered, and he is dang delicious. Yeah, just put it on the ground, dry it, and put it away. You'll be okay.
Rowan, can you eat your food?
Rowan and I are making a flock block, but we're making our own twist on it. Those are quinoa flakes we don't like, some granola that's kind of old and nobody's eating, rye flakes that we don't like, buckwheat flour that we have lots of, and it gets mixed with all sorts of things and some cayenne and such, and you give it to your chickens and apparently it helps them lay better in winter. Rowan is eating a caramelized onion right now. Freya helped me make some new tinctures. This one was a mullein tincture. We were just topping up some tinctures that we were running low on.
No. I'm just ladling them out so they can start cooling down. Okay. How much for Rowan?
Oh yeah. Today we are fishing on a lake in British Columbia. We are using so-and-so bait, and we are hoping to catch some big old brookies, kokanee, all sorts of that stuff, so just watch and see what happens. Back out.
Sam, set yourself up better, man. Look what he does.
Quit move, quit flap.
Hammy.
I think Max getting a bite again.
No.
His eye keeps tightening.
Says he has a fish out of it.
Oh! Didn't realize he hadn't unhooked it.
I saw the
I
fish.
have a good setup.
That's just good luck, isn't it?
So I've got this bit of leftover sauteed cabbage. I've got this leftover potato roast beef green bean hash. And I've got a quart of soup. So I'm probably gonna need to add some more broth here. But all these together will make a soup big enough to feed us all. It will be delicious. It will be nutritious, and it will, not only will I empty 3 containers, which hello satisfying, it's using what we have and it's a quick meal. Easy lunch.
This has a cider and kennel.
No sun. And then we can let her in and leave up go too.
Amos.
Look, Amos, it's your mama.
Amos.
Amos.
Mama.
Oh, look at your dirty booger face, just woke up. Yeah.
Mama. Grandpa, Mama.
I have this game I play with myself where I try to race the coffee pot. So we have a French press and I got it going and now it's sitting. It's actually just ready now. So I got some leftover back bacon, which I know the light's not good in here, but I just like it to not be super bright when I'm up in the morning. Back bacon is Canadian bacon. So I diced it up and I've got some eggs scrambled with milk. I have some leftover potatoes going in a frying pan, and once the kids get up, I'll toss that all together. Last night I grabbed out a loaf of sourdough bread. That's just stains from the pan because I left it to cool in the pan too long and it stained it, so it's good. It just, I have old pans. Sourdough bread, and I think we're gonna have like salmon melts with our home canned salmon. Okay, what else did I do? Well, the coffee pot. I flipped this cheese. These 2 are ready to vacuum seal. This one's been in the fridge, so I'm gonna ask Marius if he could do that today. I fed Kiefer. I only fed it a bit of milk because there's not a lot of milk up here, and I didn't want to run myself out of milk and have to go get milk from the basement before coffee. That just seemed like not fun. We currently have like a vitamin station because of all the sickness that's gone through our house. All the different things that different people have been taking. Now I was just feeding my sourdough starter, and then I'm going to sit down and drink my coffee. People will say that you can't have sourdough starter and kefir and cheese because they're all cultured fermented things on the same counter. Only once or twice have I had an issue. In summer when it was like 25 to 30 degrees Celsius in our house, which is like 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. These 2 always live together. I've never had issues. This tastes delicious, this tastes delicious. They're good. These, again, never had issues. If your house is too warm, don't leave them to air dry on the counter too long. Like if my house is cool enough, if it was summer, I would only leave them on the counter for a day before I move them to the fridge. And then this one's been sitting in the fridge because I knew I wasn't getting to vacuum sealing right away. This is a butter cheese that's cultured with thermophila culture. So you can see my twinkle lights, like the reflection of them is going on me as I talk. This is a cumin Gouda. The extra speckles is the salt that was on there. And this is a butter cheese that I cultured with kefir. There's some tricks to culturing cheese with kefir. So to culture cheese with kefir, you use a 1/4 cup of finished kefir per gallon of milk you're using. But your kefir has to be so fresh and so well taken care of. If you are using neglected kefir, you will get a yeasty cheese that will taste like stinky socks. You need to be using kefir that is being refreshed. Like for me, I'm feeding my kefir every time the milk firms up into like yogurt. So I'll show you here because I just fed one. So this did get left too long to be used for cheese, but you can see how firm it is. What I do is a couple times a day when I think of it, I just give this a swirl, and you'll see as it starts to firm up. And once it firms up, you need to feed it again. So that to feed it, you take the kefir grains, which look like, they're like this big. They grow. They're interesting. You put them in fresh milk, and that's how you feed them. So this is like buttermilk. If you shake it up, it would be thinner. So I can use this for buttermilk in baking, but I don't really need any of that in the fridge right now. So I'm just gonna feed it to the chickens because it's delicious for them. And that's why I only maintain a small amount of kefir. This is enough for me to culture a 6-gallon batch of cheese, 6-7 gallon batch of cheese. I have piles of kefir grains, and the rest sit in a kefir hotel in the fridge. So basically just milk in the fridge because being cold slows them down. So this is going to the chickens. I'd put it there to toss in the chicken bucket, but it's coffee time. So what mug shall we use this morning? Oh, the mug drawer is full. All the beautiful mugs. I think this is probably my favorite. This is a second from Sift Ceramics, which is who I do the mug promos with. Let's see. Like this. These ones here. This is one from Carrie of Sift Ceramics. I do the modern day milkmaid with her too. The next launch is actually coming soon, I think February 16th, and they're all gonna have this black. It's called Mishima. We are retiring this color. We're gonna have a light blue, a pink, and a green. And there's 3 sayings. There's venison for dinner, modern day milkmaid, and then the new one that I'm really excited about is hoe your own row. Like, mind your own business, but also kind of gardening, but also kind of political, but mostly just mind your own business, as in like do your own thing. Oh, sometimes this thing is hard to press. I think I need to replace the screen in it. Okay. Get off the counter.
Oh crap, I got yours. Your pencil dropped on the ground.
You want some strawberry milk?
No.
Why not?
Last time I heard you said that was because...
No, I put strawberries in it.
Last time I heard strawberry milk was because there was blood in it.
Yeah.
Why strawberry and milk?
Because I had all the strawberry juices off of the frozen strawberries, so I poured them in and I added some maple syrup.
Cool.
Does it mess with your brain?
Yes.
Hamish, do you want some strawberry milk? Hamish?
What's that? Milk with strawberry juice in it.
Strawberry milk.
Not sure.
Can I try some strawberry? Can I have some
Is it a bit too much of a mental hurdle for you?
Can I tell me my bottle?
You'd like more strawberry milk?
I'll try it. I'll try a bit. I'll try a bit.
It's almost like whipped cream.
I'll try a bit. It looks too much more like blood milk.
I know. Yes. Take it. Okay, Mom. Rick. Take it.
That's good.
Go, Hamis. Go, Hamis. Go, Hamis. Go, Hamis.
You can't do it. Oh, I gotta put this on properly, Hero.
No. Hero, you want mine? No.
Trees during more chili. Chili was a hit. Lots of people had it.
I only had a hot dog.
Lots. Could you go put it in the freezer for me?
Hamish?
Last night as we went to bed, it was pouring rain, and it is so icy this morning. I couldn't find my ice picks. It was just a skating rink. So Mac, we've been walking from the house like this. Mac has been spreading salt so that we can safely walk and nobody breaks a bone. Ice is so incredibly scary. If you live somewhere where you don't normally get freezing weather and you find yourself in freezing weather with a bunch of ice, you can also just take some grain from your animals and spread it out for traction. I've done that before when I've been down in the barnyard and realized that it's just way too slippery. I will just grab some of the cow's grain and I'll just start spreading it out in front of me as I walk, and I can safely get through the barnyard. So. Hay also makes decent traction. So that's another thing. Like, we just spill this by accident going to feed the goats, but that's another thing you can add for traction if you need. Oh, I think she's ready to be milked. What did it say? She's quite dripping, but shoo doggy, that's a full nice udder. Let's lock you in here, Clover Dover. There we go.
And you cheeky little cow.
Just making sure the tips are clean.
Where are my hands up?
Yeah, she's good.
One, two.
There you go. Come on back. Come on. Move your leg back, cow. So there's a lot of foam with two of us milking, but you can see there's 3.5 gallons and the milk levels, the foam levels there. So I'm gonna guess we're 3.5 gallons. We're usually a good half gallon of foam, as you can see. With two of us milking fast, I'm done now. Just spit's coming out. Mac's back one is what we call the sugar teat. It never ends. He will milk that one for a minute or two longer than all the other teats. We joke that Clover produces milk so fast that she's producing milk as fast as we're milking it out, which is why this last one just keeps going. Mac, why do you have a string on the back of your muck boots?
Remember from Hamish's birthday? The balloon.
Oh, right. We play a game where they tied a balloon to the back of their boots.
And I keep it on so I always know if they're in, so I never put my boots on backwards.
Oh, really? So they tied a balloon and then you had to run around and try and pop other people's balloons.
We're in that.
Well, yeah, but it's frozen in. This thing ain't moving. I think you could just put it in front of her.
That's what I did last night.
Yeah, just sweep the ground and put it in front of her. Okay, now goaties. Hi, goaties. So, we thought the goats were due January 27th, but it appears that they did not take that cycle. So, I guess 3 weeks from January 27th is when we're now hoping that they're due. At some point, they'll hopefully give birth. And no, they're not preg tested. Most people don't preg test goats. They're just pregnant. They were with a buck for a long time and the buck was no longer showing interest in them, which is a good sign that they're bred. Star here is of age to be bred this month, so next heat cycle, she's going to get AI'd. And we have milking shorthorn to breed her to, which I'm very excited about. Also, if you haven't been around since Star was born, her marking on her leg, does it not look like a chicken? It's hard kind of from this angle. It's better if she's looking at, if you're kind of straight on. But I promise you, it looks like a chicken. And the fun part there is that when Star's mom, Jessa, was pregnant, Jessa and Mossy had this white chicken that always lived with them, and we called it Mossy's chicken, or her emotional support chicken. And then Star is born with a freaking chicken marking on her leg. God is so fun. Exciting news, friends. The snowmobile, which has not been running all winter and has been parked right there, you've probably seen it all winter, it's now over there with my creepy finger. Oh, now it's not wanting to focus back on there. Oh, child, where's your helmet? They didn't used to have snowmobile helmets because they just putted around, and then one day we looked outside at them and they were racing around the field, and the very next day we went and got everybody helmets.
I didn't